Hey folks, Humble Pundit back again. I had a little time today to put together a little bit more of the Goblin 380 Buddy. So let me show you what I got done and give you a couple little hints about how the build went and some little intricacies that you have to pay attention to. Alright, so let's take a quick peek. So as you can see, I attached the main plate to the frame of the helicopter once I got all of this installed. Now when I attached the main shaft to the main plate, I just needed one shim. They give you 3, but I think that's really excessive. It was very nice and snug, and the main shaft moved very freely with just that one shim. Then when I attached the front tail pulley to the main pulley, also between the two, I only used one shim. They give you 3, but I really don't think you need that many. I can't imagine any situation where you would use all 3, maybe after it's been worn down a while. The other thing too was that the front tail pulley, they show you how to put it together in the instructions, but the screws were already in. Now, I never trust the factory when there's things like that where they've already put the screws in, because you do have to Loctite any metal to metal screw. Oh, one thing I did forget too was when I put the main pulley on the shaft, I also used a little bit of white lithium grease, which is kind of my favorite grease to use. A big old tub of it at Home Depot is very inexpensive, so you don't have to buy like the hobby ones. As I was saying, I don't trust factories, and I'll get into that again in just a minute, when things are already assembled, unless it's when they put bearings. Like there's a bearing that's already been placed in the main shaft. There's a couple of other bearings that use the green Loctite. When those are already seated and it tells you that in the instructions, I leave those alone. But when you're talking about screws that go into metal, especially when you use Loctite, I just do it over again. And case in point, with that front tail pulley in the instructions, the screws were in, but they were not very tight and it was wobbling around. So I just removed all of them and Loctited all of them and twisted them up. Now, once you get the main plate put together with the shaft and the pulleys, there's also the servo holders and the swash plate aligner here in the back. The next step is to put together the proper head and the swash plate and put that onto the main shaft and then attach it to the body. I didn't do that. I just attached the main plate to the body and the frame, and I'll show you why. The factory already put together the rotor head, and I just don't trust that. I really like to take my time between all the shims and types of bearings that you have to have in there properly aligned, properly Loctited, properly greased. I will just, the next step will actually be to take this completely apart and put it all back together with the appropriate Loctites and all that stuff. Also, like, I've already played with it a little bit, and one side's much looser than the other, so I definitely like to do that myself to assure it. I did already put the swash plate together. It was just a matter of Loctiting all the ball ends on there. I also realized that I don't have a pair of ball end pliers, so I have to order those to make it easier for me. But again, I just wanted to show you part 2 of the build. Main plate is on, main shaft is in, the 2 main pulleys are in, the servo holders are in, and the swash plate aligner are all in place. One thing also that kind of freaked me out a little bit is when you have to put the main plate into the body, you kind of have to pull these apart to fit the main pulley, and you really have to kind of jiggle it into there and kind of pull these carbon fiber plates apart. It is a little bit hair-raising, but if you're careful, you're not going to crack or break anything. So I hope you like this video. I might actually do a video where I take apart the rotor head and kind of go through how I put that back together again. There's a very detailed picture in the instructions over here how to do that, but sometimes it can get confusing anyway. In any case, if you like this video, thumbs up, like. If you'd like to subscribe, that'd be amazing. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Take care.